I start with this review? Where do I start it? I guess I'll say there's going to be spoilers, there's a couple new scenes and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to talk about everything. I'm going to talk about everything in this movie, okay? Now, I will say, if you've never seen the original Lion King, for some reason, how could you not see the original Lion King? Seriously. So, if you've never seen the original Lion King, you will like this movie, because this movie is not bad. It's not a bad movie. But, if you've seen the original Lion King, then, well, because I have, this movie is awful. This movie is absolutely awful compared to the original. It just shits all over it. It doesn't have any passion, doesn't have any heart the original had. This is just a bad remake. It's so disappointing. It is extremely disappointing, extremely depressing. I hated it. I hated it so much I wanted to leave the theatre a good couple times. But I only just waited, I only stayed like to do this review so I could do it in full. Because goddamn it, I hated it. I just did not like what I was seeing. It was bad. It was so bad. None of the voice acting is good besides Sawabi. And I guess adult Simba wasn't too bad. I didn't care for his singing though. I didn't care for a lot of things in this movie, to be honest. Like, yeah, sure, it has pretty effects, but it's nothing new in today's world. That's the thing about it. It's like people talk about how great it looks. Yes, but it's nothing new. Life of Pi was like one of the first movies I watched where it's just like, yeah, this like photorealistic tiger that looked really, really awesome. And nothing's really, it hasn't really gone up from there. Like, sure, there was like the Jungle Book and all that kind of stuff, but it looked fine. Like, it looked good, but it doesn't look, like, this doesn't look any better than the Jungle Book. It looks the same. Like, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. And it's just so disappointing that they went with, like, real animals, because I tried to make them, like, scratch themselves and all that kind of stuff in it, and it's just, like, guys, no, it's CGI, it's animation. Have some fun with the animation. Stop trying to make them into real animals. It's just ruining the whole experience of, like, what Disney should be able to do. But no, it just comes off like any other, like, Snow Pops or Cat's First Dog or whatever. You know, it just comes off like one of those kinds of movies with how they do it all, and it's just bad. It's so bad. This movie was just a huge disappointment, and I'm so sad about that. There's just no passion in any of the voices either. Like, my god, Zazu was awful. John Oliver, or whatever the hell his name is, he was awful as Zazu. He did not care. Like, he has no talent in voice acting. It was bad. It was really, really bad. And it's just really off-putting, especially when he starts singing. You know, this movie just felt like it was just like a bunch of check marks. Like, yep, check mark this, yep, we gotta have that, but not actually caring why that was in the film in the first place, or how well it was done. They don't care about this. It's like, yeah, we just gotta at least put it in there, but they don't care about actually putting effort into putting it in there. And that's the biggest problem. Like, a lot of the line deliveries have no passion behind the voice. They just don't care about it. And maybe that's because the actual animals and all that in the film just have really blank faces. My fursuit has more expression than the freaking film. Like, there's more expression in my fursuit face than what there is in the freaking lions in this film. They just don't... there's just nothing there. It's animation, guys. Have fun with the animation. Make them do something. Stop trying to push this whole real animals thing. Because real animals don't talk. So if you want to go with real animals, then don't make them talk. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because it's just like, they don't care. I don't care for this film. I'm just going to start from the very beginning of this film and how it just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and just to a point it was just funny because how bad it was. Alright, let's just... Okay, so if the film starts off, I'm in a very nice theatre, an extremely nice theatre. You know, I'm just sitting back on a recliner and everything, and the film starts up, you know, and you expect the sun to come up, but they waited. They held on it, right? They held on just like a shot of like, I guess like Africa and all that, on like a tree and all that, off to the side of it, like there's like a little hill, and you're waiting for the sun to come up, and it just wasn't coming up. And so some guy in the cinema just went, nah, and everybody giggled. Because, like, yeah, it was just taking its freaking time. And then it comes up, and everybody laughed. Because it just took so long. It was stupid. It was utterly stupid. It was just like, hey, look, nostalgia, ha ha ha, that is so cool. Yeah, you didn't expect us to do it, but we did it, ha ha. Like, what? Of course you gotta do it. It's a remake, and obviously the Circle of Life song is going to be in there. You're obviously going to do that, but they waited, and it's weird. It's extremely weird. I don't understand the design choice there. And yeah, like I said, everybody laughed when it actually happened. Also, it looks really off because the sun like rises really quickly. Yeah, sure, it's not normal in the original one when it comes up, but it looks really cool. Yeah, it's just sort of like it just rises really, really quickly, and it looks stupid. So it goes on, and it looks pretty cool. I did not like the new Circle of Life song. It's the same song, but a new singer, and they don't do, like, a problem with a lot of the songs in this film is the artists, like the singers, are trying to do something with their vocal cords to show, hey, look, I have talent. I don't know, they're raising like their pitch, and I don't know, I don't understand. I don't sing, I don't understand that kind of stuff. I don't do voices or whatever. But they're trying to show off their vocal talent in it. That's what I feel like they're trying to do, and it doesn't work. I don't like any of the songs in this film because they tried to do things with their voice within the song, and it just doesn't work. I don't like it. I really, really don't. Like, it wasn't too bad for the most part, but then there's like certain lines of the song where it just doesn't, like, it just suddenly goes off and it just doesn't feel right. But yeah, for the most part, you know, they do the opening and it looks fine. They did mess up with like the giraffe, so I can't remember exactly how the song goes, but it's about like the giraffe sort of comes into the sunlight and opens his eyes, and like the song is saying that. I can't quite remember what it was, but it goes well. It goes with the song. They didn't do that. They just showed the giraffe sort of running. That's about it. So, and that happens a lot, where like the lyrics of a song just don't matter at all. I'll get to that. So it goes on. We'll get Rafiki coming in without his stick. That may not seem too important, but it will come back later. Trust me. So he's not there with his stick. Instead, and like he doesn't have like the fruit. He's got like little twigs instead, like little red twigs, which you would have seen in like the trailer and such. And so he goes up there to Mufasa, and he comes up to him, just sits there, and puts his hand on his head. You know, in the original, he comes up and he's just like, "Hey, buddy, or good, hey, old friend." And they hug each other, and it's nice because it's just like, yeah, they're old friends. You know, and that's what old friends do. They give each other hugs. This one, he's just like, "Good job on the baby, dude. Good job. Like, get out of my way. Let me get to the baby." And it was stupid. It was stupid. So I think he goes to the kid, breaks the twigs, gets like a little thing, does a little thing across Simba, which Simba does, yes, look extremely cute, you know, a baby Simba. He does a little red thing, and then Simba sneezes. Now, in the original, he sneezed because then Rafiki grabbed some sand or whatever, sprayed it over the top of him. And that's why Simba sneezed. Here, he sneezes for absolutely no reason at all, because it's cute. But it's for no reason. And, so Rafiki grabs Simba, walks off to the edge, and sits down and holds him up. You know, he's again, in the original, he stood up proudly and threw him in the air. It was just like, here he is, here's Simba. And here he's just like, yeah, he just flops down and just, there we go, here's Simba. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, there you go. You can have him now. It was like, yeah, just another stupid design choice. Why is he just plopped down, sitting there like he just doesn't care? That's a good. That's this entire film. They just like plopped down in the chairs, did not care about making this film. There's no effort. There's no effort or passion or heart or like. Or just like animation, it's CGI, have fun with it. Actually show these animals doing something. But no, they tried too hard to make it like animals. It's like, no, he wouldn't stand up proudly. He would probably just sit there and do this and like, no, because then there's just no nothing in that scene. You just don't care for him holding up Simba then. It wasn't this proud moment, it was just this dull, stupid plop, here you go. It felt lifeless. It felt extremely lifeless. So then after that, you get the Lion King thing pop on screen, and then you get like in the original, the mouse comes out as Scar catches it. It's just, life's not fair, is it, my little friend? He does that, and it's a nice little creepy little moment with Scar and all that. In this one, we follow the mouse for a good minute or two. Yeah, and like, okay, I get it. They could have done this really cool thing where you're following the mouse for a good little bit and showing the world, showing the Pride Land, showing the different animals and all that. But they don't. They just follow the mouse. Like, they are just like located on him. Like, the shot and the camera is just on him, against like all the rocks and all this kind of stuff and trees and all that he's running across, and like the camera's like moving really fast with him as well, so it's really blurry, so you can't actually see what you're supposed to be seeing, and so you just don't care. You just want to move on. You know where it's going. You know what's gonna happen. It's just pointless. And so I guess you're waiting for like Scar just trying to go bah, but he doesn't. Instead, you follow this mouse for a good like minute or two. Until eventually, out of the shadows walks Scar. Now it's a cool little reveal. I'll say that much. But the problem is, the mouse is just like hanging on something. Scar's coming out of shadows, saying like that line I just said. What was it? Life's not fair, is it, my little friend? As he's walking out, and the mouse is just here. The mouse could just go bloop bloop. He could just run away easily. The mouse could easily run away. Scar's just talking to him as he's like slowly walking out to him. The mouse could easily escape. What? As Zazu says, didn't your mother ever tell you not to talk to your food? And it's just like, yeah, maybe like actually catch your food before you start talking to it. It's just another stupid design choice, because yeah, mouse could just easily escape. Talk to your prey before you catch it. It was stupid. And then Zazu flies in, and God, I hated him right off the bat. I don't like this new Zazu, or at least I didn't like the voice. It was just bad. It didn't suit his cocky nature kind of thing. It just doesn't work. While an actor in an original has like the perfect kind of British up himself kind of voice that works really well with Zazu, and here it just doesn't work at all. And so yeah, Zazu comes in, and then like Scar, sort of like goes after him. But in this one, like, he really wanted to murder Zazu. He was out to get him. Like, he was like running after him, clawing at him, trying to bite him and all this kind of stuff. He really wanted to kill Zazu. And then like Mufasa comes in and he's just like, let him go. And it's just like, he just tried to murder him. In the other one, it was like, it felt kind of playful kind of thing. I feel like, yes, he would have eaten him kind of thing in the original, but it felt a little bit more playful. Here, he just wanted to straight up murder Zazu. It was a bit too much. It was absolutely a bit too much. And I'll say as well, Scar's voice, not the best. it wasn't the worst, but there's no charm in his voice. You know, it's an evil voice, but there's no charm in it, which is what like what was best about Scar. He had a charm about him, and there's just no charm there. And then obviously, yeah, Mufasa is played by James Earl Jones again, which honestly I didn't really care all that much about, because like he did the voice in The Lion Guard as well, and then they did end up replacing him in the series, and that guy does a good job at Mufasa. So I just don't really care about James Earl Jones in this movie. And I have to say, I didn't like him either, to be honest. Like, a lot of people just say it's because he's old now. It's like, me, I think it's just because he's already done those lines before. There's no passion in those voices. And he's just doing a lion. He's not unable to really just go big, and have fun, because the character is just very stoic. He's not, with the way he moves, you know, his mouth is like moving like mine, instead of like all over kind of place and be out of expression and all this kind of stuff. And so he doesn't have anything to work with. That's the problem. But I feel like he did try, but at the same time, he's already done those lines. You know, he's already made it big with Lion King, so whatever, you know. Because like a lot of his lines he says just don't work as well. There's no passion behind his lines. And yeah, a lot of people just say, oh yeah, he's old, that's it. No, there's no passion there's just nothing, and it just doesn't work as well. He doesn't do a bad job, don't get me wrong, he does an excellent job, but it's nowhere near as good as the original. And the whole point of the remake is to make it better than the original, which it doesn't here. It doesn't. Everything that could have been improved on just isn't improved on. Anything that was like what made the original Lion King so good, it had all this heart and passion in it, it's just not here. It's not. And also here, we sort of learned that like Scar actually fought Mufasa, kind of thing. He like fought him for the throne and lost. And so that maybe explains his scar. Which I have to say, the scar looked really cool. It was very noticeable, and it did look cool on him. I did like Scar's look. I did like his look. A lot of people were like, but I didn't mind it. I did not mind it. They did what they could with the fact of them doing real animals, so I didn't mind what they did there. That's 1 point. That's one. But then you lose a lot of points. And then like, they also sort of mention then, as well as like Zazu's like mentioning, why don't we just take him out of the Pride Lands already? He deserves to be exiled. And Mufasa's just saying he's my brother. You know, that's fair. But at the same time, you just said that like Scar tried to kill you at one point. That Scar tried to attack you and take over the throne, and you're perfectly fine with him staying there? What? What? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Yeah, he tried to kill me. That's fine. Haha, that's Scar. He likes to try and kill me. He does that all the time. Haha. It was so... That's one of those... Like, they try to add in these new things, and they just don't work. They don't, like... Yeah, again... They like add in this line that like, oh, maybe it was Mufasa who gave him that scar. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Which, I mean, it doesn't need a backstory. That's what makes it so interesting. But then, yeah, then they say, yeah, why don't we exile him? It's like, oh, he's my brother. But he tried to kill you. Like, yeah, they add in these new lines without really actually thinking about it. So then, you know, the movie continues. We see, like, young Simba, and I did not care for his voice. His voice sounds like a very generic kids show kind of voice. Well, I feel like the original Simba did have, like, an iconic kind of voice. Like, there's something about it that, like, it felt like Simba or something. I don't know. I know that's just because, well, that is the only Simba, really, at that point. But I just don't like this one. He sounds like someone that would be in, like, the Snow Pups and the Cats and Dogs and all that kind of stuff. He sounded really generic, and so I just didn't really care. for him at all. I didn't care for Simba in this one because he just sounded extremely generic. And no passion, no heart, or whatever in his voice, which is sad because yeah, it is like a kid doing it, but yeah, I just didn't feel like I feel like he really tried, but I just didn't feel like he was good for the role, basically. Like, I really like Kion's voice from The Lion Guard, for example. I think that sounds perfect. I think I even kind of sounds like young Simba. I feel like that voice would have been perfect for Simba in this movie, because there's a lot of passion in that voice actor. He's like really trying. Here I just feel like he is, but he's just kind of just did his voice, wasn't really trying. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's something about it that I just don't care about. Like most of this film. There's not really much going on at this point, you know. It's all it's the original movie. They do a weird little thing of how Simba ends up talking to Scar towards the end, you know, like when Mufasa runs off to go deal with hyenas in the Pride Lands, and then you see Simba talking with Scar. They do this weird little thing where he's chasing a beetle or whatever for a good while, and then he ends up like where Scar is. And Scar's just like, I don't want to babysit you or whatever. And then, you know, he's telling him like, oh, did he show you that shadow place? Like beyond the shadows or whatever they call it. They don't call it like that shadowy place. It's like, what's beyond the shadows, you know? Which is, I don't know, it's just another weird little design choice, I don't know. It works, but they make it sound so much more creepier kind of thing. Which I guess is fine, but it just felt really unnecessary or something, I don't know. So yeah, he's telling about all that, and so then he goes grabs Nala, and goes to the shadowy place with and then Zazu gets dragged along. So then we get I Can't Wait to Be King, and God, I hated it. I hated it so much. There's so much is wrong with that song. For one, there's no trippy effects. You could have done some awesome stuff with the animation. You could have done something really awesome, but you don't. You went for laziness, and it comes off as extremely lazy. Like Simba does the pounce, and you think when he lands it's just going to turn all trippy and everything. But no, it doesn't. He just starts singing, and his singing isn't even good. It's just like a kid singing, and it's like, yeah, kids have like are able to do singing, because like they don't have like cracks in their voice or whatever, that kind of stuff. They can do this like singing that people enjoy. But it's just bad. It's bad singing. I didn't care for it at all. And god damn it, because there's like Zazu singing too, and as I mentioned, I don't like his voice. And yeah, it's worse when it's singing. It's absolutely worse when it's singing. And then you get like the line, that's like, I've never seen a beast or king with such little hair, whatever. Now, in the original, it made sense, because then Zazu then like pulls out a hair from his head, pinpointing that he's talking about him not having a mane. Because, you know, the Lion Kings all have manes, you know? And Simba doesn't have his mane yet. So, he's still, you know, a boy. And then, like, Zazu says it in this one, and he doesn't do anything. He's just saying it. And then he's just, like, flying around away. He, like, swoops down at his head at one point, but that's about it. It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, they don't really care about the lyrics of the songs. They don't care about what actually makes sense, kind of thing. Like the lyrics of a song are about what's happening in that moment, basically, a lot of the time, and it just doesn't work here. It doesn't. The lyrics just don't work, and that is a huge problem, because that's what happens with a lot of these sort of songs in a lot of films and all that. Is the lyrics are one thing, but then like the animation is showing what's happening in like with those lyrics, specific lyrics, you know. Yeah, I will get to one that a lot of people have talked about soon. I'll get to that one. You know what, stop it, I'll just say it now. The Can You Feel the Love Tonight is shot during the day. What kind of they did not listen to that song. Again, it's a check mark. It was just a simple check mark. Yes, we need this song in here, let's just put it in there. I don't care what it looks like, just do it. That's what it was. Because god damn it. Yeah, stupid hair. Because goddamn it, it's shot during the day, even right after they finish singing, you know, when they start just talking and all that, it's still daytime. It's just like the middle of the day, making the lyrics not make any sense. And that's what keeps happening. None of the lyrics make any freaking sense. And that is just like disappointing, because then the songs don't matter, you know? And it just, yeah, felt like a check mark. Simple as that. And then, like, when they actually, like, during the song, the whole song is also more or less about getting rid of Zazu. You know, that's shown in the animation as well, you know, they're trying to sort of get rid of him. And that's never really shown in this. This is more or less they're just all running around and all this kind of stuff. And then, like, how they get rid of him in the original, it was just like a rhino sat on him. And this one, it was just, I don't know if it was bugs or birds are just like swarming around him, and he's kind of just flying with them and kind of like lost and disorientated. But it was just really stupid, because he could easily just fly out of there if he just flew straight, you know. You could easily get out of there and find the cubs, but he doesn't, because he's an idiot or something. It was just stupid. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. Why don't you just have someone just sit on him or something? It would have made absolute sense for him to be stuck and not able to move. But no, instead he's being sworn by other birds. Who made these decisions? And people were just like, yeah, that's fine, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. He could easily fly out of there. I get it, it's for kids, maybe, but the old fans, they know this shit. So you're destroying what the old fans love, or like they understand that, like, oh, he's trapped there, he won't move. It's like, we go on. Let's go on. They move on to the elephant graveyard, where we meet the hyenas, and I hate them. I absolutely freaking hate the hyenas. They are the worst part. They are the worst characters in this film. Because then, like, we meet Shenzi, who is not Shenzi in this film. Okay, no, it's Shenzi, but in this one, she is like the leader of the hyenas, so she's a strong woman, you know, woman power, yeah. She's like, yeah, the strong sort of leader. She's not fun. Her voice actor sucks as well. Whoopi Goldberg, freaking, like, to me, like, you know, people talk about you can't replace James L. Jones. To me, you can't replace Shenzi either. You can't replace Whoopi Goldberg, because she nails it. She had a perfect laugh and everything, and here, just no. Shenzi is so bland and so generic kind of leader type. Worst, there's no Ed. Yeah, Ed isn't even in this movie at all. They do still have three, well, okay, no, technically they have 4 hyenas, because there's always a 4th one whenever you see like Shenzi, Banzai and Ed in the scenes, it's not, there's like always like a 4th hyena. Who is that 4th hyena? I want to know who the 4th hyena was, because yeah, there's always just another one there, which is weird, you know. But yeah, okay, so you get Ed, and who is like kind of silly, kind of dumb kind of thing. Not really, he's just a joke. I don't know what their plan was with Ed. It just doesn't work. It was stupid. And then you got the other one, Bonsai, who's just really grouchy and moody all the time. And I don't know, I hated him. I absolutely hated him. The jokes with him were not funny. And I'll get to that in a second, but they just weren't funny. They were just annoying. So yeah, you know, the classic kind of, like, Simba gets chased off, you know, with the hyenas. There's no scene with, like, Nala falling down and Simba coming down and rescuing her, swiping Shenji across the face, showing his bravery, showing what he would do for his friends. There's none of that in here, you know, so they one off, and there's no cool, like, effects with, like, the smoke and, like, the, I can't remember what they're called, but, you know, like, the smoke and all that kind of stuff that they do in the original. There's none of that here. It looks extremely bland and boring. There's no giant elephant skulls where they come out their eyes and all that kind of stuff. That shit was creepy and really cool as a kid. Here, there's none of that. And I get it, maybe because, like, elephant skulls aren't actually that huge compared to lions or hyenas, but it's still was really cool as a kid, and there's none of that. Like, it just felt like a really boring kind of location. It just felt really boring. But it goes on, and here, like, we don't get, like, Scar at the end, like they do in the original, where like they sort of like zoom up and like Scar has been there the entire time watching over it, so you know that, oh yeah, he completely planned this. This was exactly what he was trying to do. In this one, no, it does like that kind of zoom or move the camera over to a specific direction, but it just pinpoints on Shenzi, and it's weird because you still have like the music cue and all that, and it's just really weird. But yeah, something I'll get into in a second. Moving on, we get like a scene with like Mufasa and Simba. It's a very nice little scene, and there's a couple of new lines here which I actually really appreciate. I really like some of the new lines, but at the same time, so like a lot of the old ones they tried to do just didn't work. Like Mufasa. Oh, well, no, I'll get to that later. Just Simba's blank face the entire time, you know, which you see it in the trailers. It's all the same. They haven't improved on it in the movie or anything. It's just same blank face the entire time. But there's that nice little scene where Mufasa like comes up close to Simba. And he's just like, "That's because no one messes with your dad. Come here, you!" And then they start like play fighting and kind of running around. It's just there's beautiful music happening, and it's just really nice scene. It's beautiful. They ruined it here as well. Like, it just felt extremely lifeless, because then like again, this is due to like part of it is due to Mufasa's acting in this one. Like the voice actor James L. Jones just didn't quite have the passion in him. To me, I didn't feel it from him, and he's just like, it's because no one messes with your dad, and he just kind of like lightly shoves Simba aside, and you know he falls down, and then like waits like another second or two before the music sort of kicks in. They kind of run around for like a little bit. It looks so lifeless, kind of thing, because they're real animals. This is how they would act. But there's no heart in it. It just looks kind of silly, kind of thing. It just comes off as silly. So yeah, another scene ruined. Another scene with no passion in it. That's just the entire film. There's no passion. You know, it goes on. I will say I liked the lighting in this part, like because it's all shot during the night, and when they do like the night shots, it looks really cool. With like how creepy they kind of made Scar look. It does work. The problem is then he starts singing "Be Prepared," which is completely shortened down, by the way. One of the best villain songs, if not the best villain songs, is ruined. It's shit. It's utterly shit in this movie. Because yeah, it's completely shortened down. His singing is awful, and then like he's kind of like talking. It feels more like a stage show, because he's more or less like talking to the hyenas about being prepared, all this kind of stuff. But I think he like added, there's like new lines or whatever in there as well, and so it's just so I think so anyway. I couldn't really tell because he's not really singing it, and it just sounds really bad. It's extremely bad, and it's just boring because it's not like this cool shit happening in the song, because they just go for boredom realism. But it's animation, guys. That's what made Disney special, is the animation, and you just don't do that. Where's this? Where's this? Huh? Where's like the fire? Like the green fire? Anyway, yes, that's weird, whatever. That's just the version I have. But where's that? Where is the fun? Where is the cool songs? That's one of the best things about The Lion King. Like, yes, as a kid, I couldn't care less about the songs, but they look cool. Okay, I'll say that they look cool. That's what hooked us on as kids into enjoying these songs, because they look cool. Here, they just don't. They're completely freaking lazy with the songs. And yes, the singing is also just bad here. It's just boring. There's no passion in the voice or anything. From what I know, they weren't even going to put the song in the movie originally. And so it definitely does feel like it's thrown in there last second, but at least could have tried. But no, they don't try. It's awful. It's awful. Absolutely freaking awful. So it goes on with Scar. They try to explain why Scar took him to the gorge. It's because, like, he says to Simba that's where they go that's where the lions go to learn their war, to like war beyond the gorge kind of thing. So they try to explain that, but at the same time that did not need explaining. What needed explaining is why Mufasa is perfectly fine with Scar taking Simba out. Because, like I mentioned, Scar tried to kill Mufasa, especially in this movie. You know, he tried to kill him. So, or something, or just fight him or something. Which, I mean, I'm going to assume just simply try to fight him. But knowing Scar, he probably would have tried to kill him in the process. And be like, whoops, my bad. But hey, I'm king. Nah. So then we also get to see, like, that Scar in this movie didn't know the hyenas first. Like, in the original, like, it's clear that, like, that Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed all know Scar. They know him, you know. They say that he's one of us. He's our pal, you know. That you're one of us. You're our pal. That's what I meant. You know, it's very clear that, like, he did try to set it up with them to go after the cubs, but then he's just like, yeah, you couldn't even dispose of them, kind of thing. Sort of pinpointing that, like, yeah, he wanted them to also take out Mufasa, but in this case, it's more or less like, yeah, he did in this movie. He didn't know the hyenas already. He kind of comes in and says, you guys have, like, destroyed your place. You guys have, like, ruined your area. There's no food or anything. So when food comes in, you didn't even get that. You know, so he was just more or less trying to take out Simba in this movie. So then, yeah, Simba's practicing his war and all that, and then the stampede happened. Now, I'll say here, the wildebeest stampede looked excellent. It looked amazing. It was one of the best looking scenes. The problem is, every time I start liking something, they ruin it. They ruined it quite a lot. Just, they ruined it so badly. So it looked really good. They had, like, the music and everything. They don't do the zoom in on Simba's face, probably because it's just like, we can't actually show emotion in his face, so we can't really show he's scared. So let's not put that scene in there, okay, guys? Because, yeah, they don't do that, and so, you know, he just suddenly starts running, and then, you know, the music sort of kicks in. It does look really good, but they ruin it because, like Scar goes up, gets Mufasa and Zazu. They all go down. Mufasa goes down, and then in the original, Zazu's just like, "What do we do? What do we do? Oh, I know. I'll go back for help. I'll go back for help." And then Scar slaps him into a wall. You know, because he doesn't want him to go back for help or anything like that. You know, he doesn't want him to get other people, so he knocks him out. Here, Scar tells Zazu to go back and go get help. Why are you helping, Scar? Didn't you set this up? Why are you helping? It's so... one of the stupid... it's one of those really stupid design choices. I get it, Zazu won't be able to make it back in time, but why are you trying to help the situation by telling him to go get help? What? I get it. Again, you don't want witnesses. And maybe, like, because Zazu will probably remember being smacked against the wall or something like that. But it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. You know, Evan, whatever. It continues, stuff happens, and then Mufasa starts climbing up the wall. You know, you know, that whole scene of him, like, going up the wall and everything like that. And Scar's standing over him, grabs his paws, and this is like one of the best freaking scenes in the movie because it's so freaking funny. And how could they get this scene wrong? It's one of the most memorable deaths ever, and they got it wrong. They got it so wrong. Okay, in the original, puts his claws down him. I swear you can even see like a little bit of blood and all that as he does it. And which is kind of like, whoa, geez, Disney. But he grabs him. He leans in. And it's just like, long live the king. And there's a look in Mufasa's eyes that he knows what's happening, that he knows his brother betrayed him, that he knows he's going to die at that moment. And then, he flips him off, goes in slow motion, and, he's falling down, screaming. And you see Simba scream as well, because of what the realization, like, oh no, shit, my dad's going to die. Or just like, no, he's going to get hurt, at least. And what do they do here? What do they do in this one? Oh. Scar grabs him, leans in, and it's just like, long live the king! It just bit slaps him. It's so stupid. Why was that necessary? He grabs him, and then he says the line so badly and doesn't lean in or anything. He just says it really lifeless and no passion, and just long live. It just fucking slaps him off the fucking cliff, and it's amazing. It's so bad. I wanted to laugh so badly, and I swear a lot of other people did as well, because it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. And then he slaps him, and so Mufasa's falling, and then he starts turning. I guess like a cat does, like if you drop it from his back, it's gonna turn and land on his feet. So is he gonna land on his feet then? But no, of course, it just sort of cuts away to Simba screaming, and which I have to say is a really awful zoom. I don't know what it was, but it just looked really bad. But yeah, he's like turning as he's falling. So is he just gonna like land on his feet and be able to keep running, or is he gonna like land on one of the wildebeest and then just start like riding on top of it or something, or like just gonna like land and smack against one of them and then able to get up and keep running? It's so stupid. Who thought to do that? Who thought that was smart? A freaking idiot, that's who. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's just funny. Because I don't understand the design choice there. Because yeah, again, they're wild animals, so that's how he would go. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense then. We need to see the entire scene of him falling then. With the other one, you just see him like screaming and falling backwards. So he's probably going to break his back or something. He's not going to survive that. Here, it's like, yeah, no, there's a possibility he could survive that. Yeah. And then, movie goes on. We see Simba, with Mufasa's dead body, and it's a really sad scene, obviously. But there's nothing with Simba's face. There's nothing. There's no like close-up of his. They should have done like a close-up of his eyes, so you see a tear running down his face or something. But I don't know. Cats don't cry or something. I don't know. There's nothing. There's nothing in his face, and so you just don't care. I get it. It's all about the voice actor, but no, the voice actor is just like a kid who probably has who can't emote. It just doesn't. It didn't work. The kid himself isn't all that great of a voice actor, so it just doesn't work. And not to mention, it isn't about the voice actor, it's about the face. That's how we can really see what a person is feeling, is seeing what they look like, is seeing the look in their eyes, the smile on their face, the frown on their face. That's what really pinpoints what makes us feel. It's not in the voice, it's in the face. There's just nothing. There's nothing here, and it just ruins that moment. One of the greatest Disney deaths of all time, one of the saddest Disney deaths of all time. I don't care. I didn't care. And so then movie goes on. He gets chased by the hyenas. Again, the 4 of them, not 3, 4, because guess what? And Simba ends up getting rolling off the cliff. One of the freaking hyenas does too, and then he just goes flying off there. But do they mention it? Nope. They don't mention it at all, because then the other three hyenas comes out, and Shenji's just like, you know, go down there to the other two to go, you know, see if Simba's dead or whatnot. Because, like, fell off a cliff, sorry. You know, to go down and see, you know, if he's dead or whatnot. But they don't mention the fourth hyena that flew off the canyon. I want to know who that fourth hyena is. I want to know who he was. Is he going to be like the star of the next movie, or is he going to have his own TV series about him like surviving, and then it's just like, no, the hyenas abandoned me, I'm going to go join up with Timon and Pumbaa or something. Who was that fourth hyena? I want to know. Also, there's this running joke with the hyenas that makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Now, it happened before Scar showed up, where Ed really likes to be around Banzai or something, I guess. I'm not quite sure if Banzai is actually called Banzai in this. That's why I'm doing the air quotes. I'm trying to anyway. Can't do much with this. Like, you just see them like Banzai, like sitting like laying down, and then like Ed comes over, just lays down like right up against him basically, and then Banzai is just like, man, can you not sit so close to me? And so then Ed gets up and then just goes around in front of him and just lays down there, like, and still up against him and all that. And it's kind of cute, but then like Banzai is just like, dude, now you're just trying to annoy me. He gets up and walks away, and then like Ed just follows. And it's just like, okay, is that meant to be funny? Is that funny? Because it's not funny. So then, yeah, later on, yeah, after like Simba and I fell off, which I will say like Simba like fell off and I guess like clung to a tree or something like that, he's fine. that's how he survived. Or something, I don't know, they don't show it. And then like, as they're like looking over the cliff, Banzai and Ed are like right up near each other, and then so Banzai is just saying like, dude, do you have to stand so close to me? Move over there. So then Ed does move over. It's like, yeah, that's better. Stay over there. What? Is that meant to be funny? What? What's the joke? What's the joke? That Ed is gay and likes Banzai? Or just like, he just, like, Ed just wants to be near Banzai, but Banzai doesn't like it? He's no homo, mate. Stay away. What's the joke? What's the joke there? I don't get it. I don't. It's stupid. It's stupid. They're not funny. The hyenas are not funny in this. I don't care for them at all. The original ones are so great. They are amazing. They are absolutely funny. And because that's what hyenas are. They always laugh and joke and cackle, and that's the whole joke of a lot of like animated stuff. Is that they always make the hyenas just those kind of jokesters and all that. But here, you just don't care for them. They're just grumpy and moody. I didn't care. I don't like the hyenas in this. I hated them. I absolutely hate them. The movie goes on. We get to see Timon and Pumbaa, and Pumbaa comes running in, trying to attack the vultures, and it's like, damn, one day I'll hit them. Why is he trying to hit them? Like, in the other one, in the original, they were bowling for buzzards. It's a game they play. It may seem a little cruel or something, but, you know, it's just like this little game they play. And here, Pumbaa just really wants to hit one of them. What did a vulture do to you, Pumbaa? It's stupid. And then obviously, you know, Seth Rogen is the voice of Pumbaa. I don't care. I hated him. I absolutely hated him. Did not care for him. The original voice actor for Pumbaa does him in everything. I've mentioned it before in my Lion Guard review, but he does him in like everything. All the spin-offs, all the games. Does it for everything. And he actually puts on that voice. AKA, he puts in effort. Seth Rogen isn't putting in any effort here. They're just being jokesters, him and Timon, because I know they got to like be in like a booth near each other. They got to actually like really like communicate with each other and all that. But basically, that means they're not putting in any effort. They're just being jokesters. So they're just being stupid in a booth together. That's what it was. Like I saw like things of like there's a whole bunch of like interviews and all that kind of stuff on YouTube of them and all that. But yeah, they're just being idiots in there, and I just didn't care for it. I don't. I didn't care for them. I did not like Timon and Pumbaa in this. And then like a lot of the lines they say, they just sort of wash through it. Like, this whole movie feels very rushed, but it's longer. It's weird like that. But then again, yeah, it's longer because they put it in that one or 2 minute of following that mouse for no reason. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird like that. It really is. But you know, like how Pumbaa is just like, hey, maybe he could be on our side, and like in the original, Timon is just like, oh no, hey, wait, I got it. Maybe he could be on our side. You know, he takes a little bit to actually like realize what he actually said, kind of thing, and that's kind of what made it funny. In this one, Timon just says it right away. It's like Pumbaa's just like, hey, maybe he could be on our side. And then straight after, Timon's like, hey, maybe he could be on our side. He says it like straight afterwards, and it just feels really off because then it's like, who's the brain of the operation? You know, Pumbaa's be like, it's me, kind of thing, and then it's just like, it made sense, but like, Timon like took a while for it to actually register what Pumbaa was saying, kind of thing, and it's just like, oh wait, yeah, no, he could be on our side, I got it. That's funny, but it's not here. It's not, it's just completely lost, kind of thing. And then like all the new lines are stupid. It's like, hey, like, the thing with Pumbaa in the original, he felt like he really wanted to save Simba. He sounded like he really wanted to help him. Like he's always asking him, is there anything we could do? Can we help you? You know, what can we do for you? He was really trying to help him, and that is something I love about Pumbaa. He's a really, really nice guy. Here, there's none of that. It's just not there. He was the one who suggested that we should keep him, but then he's just like, I'm gonna name him Fred. Yeah, great job on respecting the African names and all that. If you're gonna go with all African names, you could have at least shown something, but no, you got rid of Fred. But like, yeah, then you put in Fred in there, and it's just like, what? It's not funny. It's not. It's not. It's just disrespectful at this point. If you're gonna go with like all African names and all that kind of stuff, you gotta get rid of like Ed and Banzai. You know, I don't know. They got rid of Ed because he's special, kind of thing. He's the special one. He's the different one. That's funny. But now, yeah, they got rid of that. So, yeah. And then we get Hakuna Matata, which was fine, I guess. But then they're like, they say, yeah, it's Hakuna Matata, and then Simba doesn't do anything. And they're like, we usually get a bigger reaction than that. You know, because we've heard the song before. It's Hakuna Matata, everybody loves Hakuna Matata. And it's like, shut up. You know, like, I don't get the joke. I don't. Because nostalgia, but don't reference your own movie. Don't reference the original. If you're not going to make it better for one thing, but don't reference it. Because then, like, people who have never watched it won't really understand what they mean by it. You know, like, new kids won't mean, like, oh, we usually get a bigger reaction. It's just like, well, this is my first time hearing it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's stupid. I'm sorry, but it's just, I don't understand that kind of stuff when they do remakes and such. They try to make like references to the original kind of thing, like that kind of thing, and it just doesn't work. It's stupid. I don't get it. I don't. And then like the forest is like the place where Timon and Pumbaa live has like a whole bunch of other animals there, which like at least they have like a diversity of different animals. That's kind of cool. But it feels weird then because it doesn't feel like Timon and Pumbaa is raised together. It feels like more like Simba's just living in a different forest with friends, you know? Like he could make friends with any of them. I don't know, it just felt different. And I hated them in this. I actually really hated Timon and Pumbaa because like the whole Hakuna Matata thing, their way of life and everything felt different in the original. Well, here they sounded like assholes most of the time. Like, they're just like, yeah, like, most of the time to Simba, just don't do anything. Forget about your worries. Forget about everything. Just do what you want to do. While in the original, like, Simba was hiding his past. He didn't want to talk about it. Here, I feel like Timon and Pumbaa are just like, yeah, we don't want to know. We don't want to know. That's in the past. Just do what you want to do today. which is fine, but at the same time, like I mentioned, Pumbaa wanted to know these things. He wanted to help this cub. Here, he just did, again, they don't care. And I hated it. And then, you know, we get the classic kind of like thing of like Simba, Timon and Pumbaa walking across a log, and he starts growing up. The problem is, here, it feels lifeless as well. Like in the original, he's like, like they're moving their heads to the song and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, showing that like Simba really likes it here and all this. And then like you see him like growing up, his hair's like waving everywhere. Here, they're just walking kind of normally. And then he's like growing up, and it just, I don't care. It felt lifeless, as I said before, with like multiple things in this film. There's just something about it that just doesn't feel as good as the original. Why aren't they sort of like moving to the song and all this kind of stuff? And then, yeah, adult Simba pops up, he starts singing. I did not care for his singing, to be honest. Again, he tries to do something with his vocal talent to show off, hey, I can sing. I don't care. I don't care. Stop trying to ruin songs by trying to show off that you can do this and that with your voice. I don't care. It doesn't make it good for repeat viewings. It's probably good at like a stage show, or, you know, like doing it live or something. That's fine, but don't do it in the actual movie. That's my problem. I didn't like it. I didn't like the new renditions of these songs, of what they tried to do with them. And also just hate that then they're just like, Timon and Pumbaa are just like, yeah, you grew 400 pounds since we started this song. Way to break the fourth wall for no reason. I don't know, that just sounded really stupid. Yeah, you like completely just break the fourth wall, and it's like, oh, why don't we'll just leave them hanging for more, you know, we sung it off, we'll leave them hanging for more. What the fuck? What the actual flick, flack, paddywhack, fuck, what? What? I don't... You sung enough of the song. I don't want to hear any more of it. Just shut up. And just move on with the movie. Because that seems like what you... The only thing you want to do is move on with the movie. I think then, like, it moves on to then a Nala scene. That, like, isn't in the original. This is all just Nala back at the Pinelands, wanting to fight, wanting to take charge, wanting to deal with Scar because woman power, yeah! It was stupid. Just this added scene that wasn't needed. And it's just one of those scenes that just keeps on going with like the one time, because then like she's trying to sneak out of the Pinelands and all, well, out of Pine Walk, and Scar is like, can like sniff her out. I will say it's kind of creepy because of how he looked, but that's about it. Because then yeah, she's trying to sneak out, he's sniffing her out, and it's this really long, drawn out scene kind of thing, and you know, it's just to pat on the one time to be like, yeah, we made this movie longer, but it was unnecessary. Again, just woman power, yay. Well, that's what it is. They're trying to make Nala a strong female lead, but the problem is the story is not about Nala. It's not. Everybody who complained in the original, apparently, that Nala wasn't in it enough, it's not about her. It's about Simba. It's about Scar. That's all the story is about. It's not about Nala. She's just there. It's not even her that convinces Simba to leave. It's his father. It's all about Simba, not Nala. So she's not needed. She's not important to the overall story. It's pointless for her to have all these extra scenes and all this kind of stuff because they're not needed. And then like we get like the little scene of like Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba all cuddled up, which was kind of cute. There's a lot more fart jokes in this as well, like because Pumbaa lets out a pretty big fart, and there's a lot more fart jokes in this than there was in the original. And I don't know who this movie is for. If it's for old-time fans or kids, because that's something I'll mention later. Because, like, yeah, I don't know, it just felt really off sometimes. The comedy and all that just did not work. There's no good comedy in this film. You know, we get that little scene, and then it's like, Simba ends up wandering off. He sort of, like, sits down, and then, like, a bit of his fur sort of comes off and flies through the wind. Now, this is where, like, Rafiki captures the things and realizes, oh, Simba's still alive. And this one, Oh man, talk about a drawn out scene. We follow this little bit of fur for a good like 5 minutes. 5 minutes! That's what it felt like anyway. They dragged it on so long. You're watching this thing fly through the air, it lands into a water, goes down the water, goes down like a waterfall and keep going. A bird comes in, picks it up, takes it over to his nest, and then the other bird in the nest is like, no, fuck this little bit of fur, and pulls it out and throws it out. That was kind of funny. I do admit, that was kind of funny. And then it keeps going, it goes into a tree where a giraffe eats it, and then shits it out. I am not joking, because then in the next scene, we watch a dung beetle carry around a ball of shit that has the fur stuck in it. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at it. Ha! 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 Actually, too late. I'm already looking at a piece of freaking shit. Because yeah, that's... oh my gosh. That's what's happening on the screen. Is watching a dung beetle move a bit of shit with Simba's fur in it. Great, great way to explain the movie. And you watch that for a good couple seconds. Like, it lasts for a while. And trust me, a good couple seconds is actually pretty long when you think about it. Especially when watching a piece of freaking shit. It keeps going. Eventually, like, he rolls off a cliff or whatever, rolls off something, and it breaks. And so the shit fur comes out and keeps on going. And Ad picks it up, goes up a tree, and then Rafiki gets it. And then he sniffs the shit fur and realizes, oh, that's Simba's fur. Oh, gosh. Again, that was like 5 freaking minutes or something of following this piece of fur. That was not needed. I guess circle of life or kind of thing or some bullshit like that. I don't know. I guess they showed like Simba at one point when he was a cub, yeah, going across the desert and all that kind of stuff. Like, just showing how far away he is now. And I get that. So we're trying to explain how it got all that, but it's not necessary. You can just say it's fate. There. Done. That's all it was in the original. It was just fate that Rafiki found it, and then like, you know, that was, oh, it could have been freaking Mufasa trying to help. You didn't have to go all this way to explain how it got there. That's stupid. It's utterly stupid. So then, you know, it moves on. You know, I always did find this funny in the original as well. It's here, but I feel like it's worse here because we saw the whole thing with Nala trying to escape to go get help. And then, yeah, the first help she finds, she tries to kill. You know, she tries to kill, like, everything around. I get it, she's hungry, but, like, couldn't she, like, ask the other people if they have asked, like, any of the herbivores, you know, have you... I won't eat yours, unless, you know, tell me, but have you guys seen any other lions around here? Or whatever. What, I don't know exactly what kind of help. I assume other lions or something, another pride somewhere. But then, like, yeah, she's trying to kill everything, which is kind of just stupid. But that's in the original. But I find it worse here. Bunch of stuff happens. You know, Nala, Simba attacks Nala, blah 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 blah. They find out who they are. But there's no like shocked look on Nala's face either. There's no like, yeah, it's me. And it takes her a second, but then she's slowly like smiling and all that. It's like, wow, it is you. There's no that. It's just, yeah, it's me. Whoa, you know, kind of thing. It's just like, right, yeah, the next sort of like cut, like the scene or whatever. It's just like, wow, and I kind of, I don't know. There's something about it that just feels off. Again, it's because I can't show the expressions on these freaking CGI characters. Disney, they're CGI, not real animals. Have fun. But instead, no, because I guess, yeah, because I can't express So they don't bother showing it. They don't bother showing them expressing, because they can't express, because you limited yourselves to real animals. And guess what? It was your biggest freaking mistake. You know, there's like artworks going around and people like putting like actual like Simba and like the original that all look like, putting him into like the still shots of like the movies and all that, and yeah, it looks much better. That's what they should have done. They should have just used the original looks for them and like just put him in a film, and just like, yeah, that would have really showed how far Disney has come by putting like the actual what the actual characters look like into like a real life look. And that would have been so cool. That would have been like really goddamn respectful. Instead they just chose the lazy way of doing things. And then we get Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and as I mentioned, it's shot during the day. And I don't care for the scene. This version is so much more worse, because guess what? Because like the main thing was they got Beyonce as Nala. I don't care. She's a bad actor. Everyone agrees she's a bad actor. Nobody actually gave a shit, besides critics and all that kind of stuff, that Beyonce was in this film. No one cares, Disney. No one cares. Because maybe she can sing, I don't know. I hear she can. I don't listen to her. But like, yeah, so then it's like actual like Simba and Nala singing, so Beyonce and then the other dude, I can't remember his name. I think he's the one who did This Is America. So yeah, great choice for, again, like Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is all about drugs and all that. That's his comedy. How the hell Disney is fine with him playing a beloved character like Pumbaa, I don't know. I don't get it. And then yeah, this type of song he did, let's get him to sing like beloved Disney songs. Yeah, perfect choice. No, because yeah, I didn't like it. They tried to do things with their vocals and all that, and in general, it just did not sound anywhere near as good as the original. Again, whole point of a remake is to make it better than the original, but it's just, they don't. It's just so much worse. It's not so much worse, but it's worse. It's not as good, and again, remake should be better. And it's not. Movie continues on, blah blah blah. It's all just the Lion King. It's just the Lion King in the end. All the same lines for the most part, you know, it's just the Lion King. So, you know, I can't skip through a bunch of things. And I'm just trying to go back from memory, because I watched this a couple of days ago. So now we get like the Rafiki and Simba scene. There's no Squash Banana. There's no Squash Banana song. That's gone. Not to mention Rafiki keeps on like saying like all these little weird things. Like I think he's like speaking Swahili or African or whatever, but it just sounds like he's mumbling the entire time, and it's really really annoying. It's just annoying because you're trying to figure out what the hell is he saying, and like maybe he is speaking a different language, but then like why isn't everyone else speaking a different language then? It's just weird. It's just weird again. But yeah, it was nice Scots Banana, and then like, so, you know, he's going through telling Simba, you know, your dad's still alive, and I will say the scene here did look really nice with Simba going through, like the forest and all that kind of stuff. It did look really really nice, I will say that, but as always, I always say, yeah, as I have been saying, everything I start to like, they ruin, because then we get like the Mufasa in the clouds, which is this big, iconic, absolutely iconic scene, and they ruined it. They completely ruined it, because you see the clouds, but you don't see Mufasa. You just see maybe like it's just like a thunderstorm basically is happening. You just see all these dark clouds and thunder going inside it, and I guess then like they try to make it look like his eyes or like his face kind of thing, but it's not clear at all. It's not like the most easiest thing to pick up kind of thing. I don't know, but they completely freaking ruined it. It doesn't look anywhere near as iconic as the original. It just looks lazy. It looks absolutely lazy. Like, we're just like, okay, this is like the one sort of mysticism kind of scene in this movie, but we need to try to keep it real. So let's just have clouds and lightning. That works. Yep. Doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It's lazy. It comes off as extremely lazy. Because there's nothing cool about it. There's no cool special effects or anything. It's just bad. They could have done something really cool, but they just didn't. They didn't. They could have turned one of his face into a cloud kind of thing. Or something. I don't know. They could have done something, but they just don't. They don't. And I hate it. It's just another scene that I hated. It goes on. Oh, wait. No. Forgot a scene. Forgot, almost. There's no... Because Rafiki doesn't have his stick, as I mentioned. And so there's no scene with him smacking Simba over the head. Right? This is actually a really important scene. This is a scene that a lot of people are mad that they don't have in the film. And yes, I am one of them. Because this is here is teaching him about the past. You know, because then he smacks Simba over the head and he's like, ow, what was that for? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. Yeah, but it still hurts. Oh yes, the past can hurt. But how I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. And swings him again and he does it. It's like, you see, what are you gonna do? It's basically saying, yeah, you know, you can learn from the past. That is a very quick and simple lesson and very, like, eye-opening kind of lesson. It's not here. It's gone. It's completely removed. That entire scene is just removed. Great job. Great job of removing that scene. Because I guess we needed more time to see the shit. Yeah, this movie makes me really that angry. Oh my gosh, it really makes me angry. So it continues. We see Simba running across the desert again, and he bumps into Nala along the way, so they both go. And here we get Beyonce's new song or whatever that's in the film. I'm glad, like, the problem is why is Nala singing? Okay, Nala isn't actually singing the song. It's just Beyonce sort of singing in the background, kind of thing. The problem is, Beyonce is Nala, so it's Nala singing, but why is Nala singing in that scene? Disney, you did not think about this. Not to mention, the song doesn't really go well with all the other songs in the film. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I don't care. Again, it's Nala singing. Why is Nala singing in that scene? I don't care what you say. It's like, oh no, it's Beyonce singing. No, it's Nala, because Beyonce is Nala. You did not think about that. Movie goes on. Blah 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 blah. And then the next scene to complain about is with Timon and Pumbaa, you know, doing the whole like classic dress and drag and dress and drag and dance like a hula. But that's not in it. Not in it at all now. It's a Beauty and the Beast reference. Because then Timon's like, oh, mon chéri, dinner is served. Kind of thing. And he's just standing on top of Pumbaa. He's just sitting there. Not with an apple or anything in his mouth, you know. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because then where would you get an apple if there's nothing in the Pinelands? That's fair. But still, it's just, you know, Hyena say something else, that's it. It's not funny, it's just stupid. Where's the fun? Where's the fun? There's nothing fun. It just comes off as lazy. Because, animals won't dress up. They're not animals. It's CGI. Stop it. Have fun. No. We're not allowed to have fun. Also, as well, there's this dumb subplot thingy of Scar wanting to take Sawabi as his wife. Completely, like, I guess, trying to get rid of that whole Scar is gay kind of, like, Scar is so, like, that kind of villain, you know. They always do that. Like, there's always this whole thing with Disney villains being, like, gay and sort of, like, that kind of flamboyant, that's the word, the kind of like flamboyant kind of thing. And they completely got rid of that in this movie, which I don't necessarily care about. That they got rid of, like, again, they got rid of Scar's charm. They got rid of that kind of flamboyant kind of thing he does with his head, like the Peter Pan songs and all that kind of stuff. They got rid of any of that. They got rid of all his charm. He's just nothing but villain. And yeah, now he wants to take, you know, Mufasa's bride as his own, and it's just like, it makes him even more to be a dick. And so I want him to be defeated, you know, I want him dead, but in a different way than I did in the original. The original, I still enjoyed watching Scar on the screen. Here, I just don't enjoy him at all. But I will say, at least the fight scene was kind of good here with all the hyenas and such. It started to get good again. It started to get good with Simba and confessing against Scar. You know, they start fighting. Problem is, as well, well, okay, no, before they start fighting, you know, he gets Simba off the cliff kind of thing. He comes in and says, "I killed Mufasa." Now, he does this line really well. I will say that. He did a good job here. That's the one line he got really well. And then, yeah, and then Simba's trying to make Scar confess to killing Mufasa. And they do this weird thing where he's talking, like, where, like, Scar had mentioned that he didn't get to the gorge in time. Problem is, Zazu was freaking there. He knows Scar was at the gorge. And so, what? Like, I think that's like his lie from the beginning, that he was able to get to the gorge in time. Zazu was freaking there. He knows Scar was at the gorge. What the frick? What does that, what the hell? Guys, who thought about this? Seriously, no one thought about this. When they're doing these lines, all these new kind of things, they just didn't think about it. Because then, yeah, Suwabi is just like, but you said you weren't at the gorge, so how do you know Mufasa said this and that, or whatever? And then that's how they know, like, oh yeah, he's definitely lying. But yeah, like I said, Zazu could just be like, madam, I don't know why that's my Zazu voice, but that is my Zazu voice. Suwabi, miss, I was at the gorge. Scar was there. Oh, okay. Thanks, Zazu. Okay, kill him. You know, it's one of it's just dumb decisions. And then yeah, the Hyenas and Simba and all that start fighting and all this kind of stuff with the lionesses. Started off pretty good. It started off good. And then we get an Avengers style dumb wicked woman power scene with Nala and Shenzi, and Shenzi just comes out, "I've always wanted to do this," and I was just like, "Yeah, so have I." But they start fighting, like Shenzi and Nala, like they've just had like this rivalry over the years or something. What? Again, by Avenger, I mean, like, yeah, it's just woman power. I don't know why they keep shoving Nala into this movie. She's not necessary to the plot, to the story, or anything. She's just there. She's just there to do the whole circle of life thing at the end. I don't care for her. I don't. Because, like, all these new scenes, like, I get, like, all these new scenes, right? Isn't it all about, okay, maybe try and add more to Nala and Simba being a couple or liking each other as cubs and that kind of stuff? But they don't add any of that. All the new scenes with Nala are just Nala. And so, it's just why? Why is that there? Besides women power, that's all. That's the only reason why it's there. And it just comes off as just bad writing. It's bad writing. Because yeah, they have like a big fighting moment. But it's like, no, it's not about you two. We want to see Simba and Scar. And we do get to see that. We do get to see that with them going in like slow motion with music and all that. We have Scar swiping at the little thing of fire, intrigues and all that into his face. Problem is, like in the original again, like he swiped it, went into his face, and like for Simba's just like, you know, wiping it for a while, and then Scar grabs him. In this one, Scar like hits the fire. Simba's like, for like a second, like not even a second, like 0.05 of a second, and then Scar attacks him. There's no like break. What was even the point of that if you just get attack him and it was straight after? Anyway, there's no. It just washes through everything, as I said, because yeah, they start to fight, and there's no Scar jumping through the fire at the end. There's none of that. That shit is a creepy, cool ass scene with Scar jumping through the fire. They could have done something really awesome with it. Even if like started like singeing his fur and all that, because he just really wants to get Simba at this point, so he doesn't care. Yes, okay, they're real animals. They would have jumped through fire or some bullshit, but they could have done something really cool because Scar just wants to really get Simba. So they could have done something cool with his like face like burning or something as he jumps through the fire at him. But no, that's not even here. That scene is completely gone. And if you ever watched, like, if you ever get a chance to watch Lion King in 3D, it is one of the best 3D moments I've ever seen. It is so cool, so creepy and awesome 3D moment, you know. But yeah, that's totally gone. And it's just while in the middle of them fighting, he ends up like flipping him over him. But it's done really, really quickly that it just feels really off. Like, it's just like really sudden. It's extremely sudden. And it's like, oh, that's it. I understand in the original, like, the fight was, like, really quick as well, but there seemed to be, like, more effort put into Nala versus Shenzi than there was Simba versus Scar, which is the whole point of the fucking story. And, yeah, it's not there. It's gone. It's just point... And then the movie ends, and it's awful. I hated this movie. I hated it. Everything that made it good is gone. There's no heart, there's no passion, there's no nothing in this movie. It's extremely freaking pointless. But it's not that it's just pointless, it's that they took out so many of the things that made it good. If it was exactly the same, with these cool effects, right? These like trippy little effect things, these like the smoke and all that they do, and like the for hyenas, they did like the Be Prepared song in full. If they did everything exactly the same but live action, it would be amazing. It would still be a 10 out of 10 movie easily. Lion King is easily a 10 out of 10 movie easily, but here it's not, because they just ruin everything. Yes, if this is your first time seeing the Lion King in general, you'll like it. I will say that you'll probably still like it. But yeah, when I walked out of cinema, for example, like I mentioned something before, when I walked out of cinema, you know, parent asked the kid, did you like that? The kid was like, no, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And yeah, fair kid, fair. There's nothing cool. There's nothing to keep you hooked. There's no characters to love because they all just look like animals. You know, there's no like. I remember as a kid watching like Simba grow up, and that really sudden scene was like, whoa. And you know, this whole point of like you're supposed to think he's like good looking kind of thing, but here it's just like it just felt lifeless. I didn't care. Scar is just a dick. There's like a scene with him like eating like an antelope or something like that, like legit just him just eating an antelope and all that, and he's got like blood on his face and all that, and like he's just a dick in this movie. He has no charm to him. And then Zazu was crap. Nala as well sounded old. She sounded too old. Like I said, Sawabi sounded good, and then adult Simba, why he wasn't singing, sounded really good. They're the only two that I thought sounded really good to me. But all the songs are worse. The CGI, like the animation is fine, it's perfectly fine. The end fight did look cool with the fire and everything, but there's no emotion in their faces. It's just, they're so blank. Oh, I almost forgot. Rafiki gets a stick, and it's so stupid because he goes like before the final fight, like he knows it's coming. He goes to his tree or something, I think, and sort of like digs into something and starts pulling out his stick, and it's this like big sort of moment. It's just like grand moment of the music and everything. He's pulling it out, and then he's just like, "Hello, old friend." What does that mean? What? What? I don't get it. Is it meant to be because nostalgia? Because, you know, he's gonna have the stick at some point, and so then, like, he does come in at the final battle, but he's just swinging the stick all over the place without no coordination. Well, in the original, it's freaking hilarious. It's like a memorable ass moment because he comes in and it's like, wah, 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 ow. It's a funny moment. It's a great little moment with Rafiki, because at this point it's just like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, Rafiki seems odd, but it's like, oh, okay, now he's awesome, I love him. I don't love him here. I don't. It's, again, he's just, it was a stupid ass moment. Extremely stupid ass moment. I mean, like I also said, there's no comedy in this film. The comedy just sucks. There's no, like, subtle, like, why do I always have to save your, there's nothing like that. There's no, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Oh, sorry. Instead, like, he's said, like, what was the line exactly? Every time that Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Oh, sorry. And so it leaves you like, what was he talking about? Was he talking about when he has sex, or like what? You know, it's one of those adult jokes. There's no adult jokes in this movie, because it's like every time that I farted, he just pinpoints that, and then he's just like, every time that I farted, and then he goes somewhere, and he goes, stop me. It's like, no, I'm not. What? Where's the joke? Where's the joke? There's none. You guys just ruined everything about the original. That was amazing. It's gone. There's nothing in this film. I hate it. 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 Just everything about this film is just worse than the original. And again, it's a remake. It should be better, but it's worse. And then, yeah, it's like CGI. You can do some cool shit with the animation. You can do absolutely amazing stuff with the animation to show how far Disney has come. But no, it feels like it's going back. It doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel amazing. It's not groundbreaking or anything. It's just bored. I don't care for any of the characters because their face is just worse than mine. Where it's just no emotion, no nothing in them. And it's just, you don't care for them at all. I'm with that kid in saying, no, I didn't like this movie. Because no, I didn't. I didn't. There's nothing, like, in the original, yeah, at least there's, like, the songs with, like, the great animation, like, the trippy effects and all that kind of stuff that makes you go, that makes you watch it because it's intriguing and cool looking, but it's not there. Problem is then, like, how do I review this movie? The original, 10 out of 10, easy as that. This one, it's hard to review because it's The Lion King, and I feel like they knew that when making this movie. We're like, yeah, we'll make big box office movie. It's The Lion King. People will definitely see it. Doesn't matter how good we do it, which they didn't do it very good. And so yeah, I feel like they probably went with that a little bit to be a bit lazy. So I can't review this. I can't give this movie a score. I can't, because in terms of it being a remake, it's like a 2. It's like a 2 or a 3. Because that's how badly I hated this movie as a remake. It's awful. But as a movie itself, it's probably just fine. But I can't overlook the fact there's an already better movie out there that came like 20 years before this one. Now, yeah, a lot of people give shit to the whole idea of the remakes. Now, to me, I don't mind them doing, like, remakes of, like, the older films, like Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. They're old enough for them to get the live-action remakes. Lion King isn't. Wait 50 years, or at least do a good job at it. Or, like, change it up, like this one here, Pete's Dragon. I absolutely love this movie. Now, I've never actually seen the original, I will say that, but I absolutely love this movie that's a remake, but at the same time, it's a reimagining, because it's not the same story. The dragon doesn't talk or anything, it's a whole new story. And maybe that's what they should have done. It's just a whole new story or something. Or do Lion King 4 in that kind of animation or whatever with that kind of CGI. Do that then. Don't remake the same movie if you're not going to do it better. I don't mind the idea of the live action remakes, but they need to do a good job at it. Simple as that. This review has gone on for ages. I've probably been here for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know. I need to rest. I'm out of breath. My head hurts. I hate this movie. I hate it. But if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon. And this fox says, be who you want to be. And let me know in the comments what you think about this movie. And if you got like the same kind of thoughts on it as I do, or if you liked it or whatnot, tell me what you did like about it if you did. Please do, because I'll be curious. Okay, I always reply to comments, so please do let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.